Therapy Tuesday. And I'm making so much fucking progress, y'all. My therapist saying she was talking about me to somebody, you know, like not who I was, but she was saying how like I grow in leaps. Like some people take like little steps, and regardless, it's still progress. But I'm a leaper. I'm taking a lot of progress. I've learned to be in relationships, no conversation, no commitment. And now I'm mad at myself because I'm the reason for my hurt feelings. The love I want and need was never clearly defined. So I followed my heart and found out how it's desperate and it lies. The love I once loved, I now don't respect. What used to bring me joy now makes me reflect. I'm feeling helpless and it's happening more frequently. I'm praying one of my dreams saves me from this reality of schemes. This society is draining me. I don't like it. Titles higher than morals. This shit is deplorable. Stuck between expectations, false hopes, egos, and representation. I'm just in a sharing mood. This shit I write to myself, or in therapy. This is not a poem. It's just what I want. I don't know how to say want. I say want. What I want. Like that. So, hold on. So before I wrote this, it was on April 24th, I realized that I attract people that subtract from my life versus add to it. And that's why I get left feeling depleted. And that shit is like draining as fuck. I want a man who keeps his word. I want a man who is an opportunist of learning, educated and wise. I want a man who has an open-minded psychological perspective. I want a man who exhibits emotional intelligence. That's what I want. This next one makes me reflect on like the men that I love from my childhood, like my family and stuff that's like locked up. And I just feel as though like it affected me more than I thought about. And I ended up writing this, so I'm out of the shirt. I'm gonna be a rapper a little quick, you feel me? No, seriously though, I'm about to go into rapper mode. You about to see like the transformation. And that's your PSA. Come from a line of niggas that ain't learned their lesson. Reputation was lethal, so you ain't need no protection. Told me when the 80s hit, them jokers either folded or dealt with them. Poker face on, don't know who's smoking or selling them. All my cousins locked away, kept going like it ain't affecting us. But when it's death or a cell, the mental trauma is ridiculous. So I started dreaming again, maybe a week or two ago. I stopped dreaming like as a child, I think. I'm not sure, but basically my therapist was like, that's great. It means your subconscious is unblocked. And I'm like, let me tell y'all about this funny ass dream though. The funny ass dream was I was at a gym and it was like some messed up equipment. So I had to say something because y'all not about to give us the fucked up equipment. Why? Because we black. That's what I'm thinking about my dream, just putting pieces together. So I walked to the guy at the counter and I'm like, we don't need this equipment. We need new equipment. This shit is broke. He gave me a bunch of fucking excuses. So I whisper in his ear, 1, 2, Tasia's coming for you. Then I walk off psychotically laughing. I don't know what the dream meant, but what I'm saying it meant is it's me coming for anybody that pulls me away from my fucking core values. Don't fuck with me. I think that's what it meant. I think it is. I had therapy and it was like very healing. It probably looked like I was crying because I was. And once I get out the car, it's going to be story time. So basically, just talking about grieving and how, I realized one of the biggest things I'm grieving is, people that I never really knew. Or, just lacking a support system. Only feeling like it was just me and my mother for so long. And that shit, we was, smoking on the beach in Mexico. And, basically, he had a moment where he was, basically encouraging her and uplifting her. And it was just so beautiful. I almost cried. It was so. And it was already a wedding happening that was beautiful. So to see that other interaction, it was just such a beautiful, precious moment. And, black love especially, it's just so beautiful. That's it. I thought about it. I'm all putting her name out there, but her love is beautiful. And that shit was just, really awesome to witness and everything. And I told them. I didn't cry like a bitch, but I felt the tears. Today, I had a group therapy session with my mom. It was so good. Just reflecting on just grief
and healing. I felt as though it was good for my therapist to be able to explain to my mom where I am and where I've been versus me trying to do it and becoming emotional and then it's not really being comprehended. Also, I think I'm sick. I think I'm fucking sick. I'm definitely sick because I'm fucking sniffling. Like, this is not allergies. This is sick. I suggest group therapy with anybody that you really love and you feel as though communication is a little like communication is a struggle, maybe. You know, it's just like life is hard and those hardships are usually not handled or acknowledged and they're suppressed. And those suppressions come out in endless ways. Like, it's so hilarious because I'm just not that little girl I used to be, and some people just want her to respond and they be, poking at her, but it's like, I'm not her anymore. So this woman is gonna read you clear, and it's fucking people up because you know how the little girl responds. You have no idea how the woman is responding, and I mean, I'm here for this. I'm just here for it. Yeah. So many things that, God just has a way. I'm so not religious, but I'm God-religious. I'm gonna stick with it. So it's so many ways that he just shows me he's present. So, financially, when I don't know how things are going to work out, I talk to him. And, he just sends me in certain directions. When I was in therapy, God sent me to therapy. And my therapist said it was so beautiful to me, and it just made me so happy because, to hear yourself through other people's eyes and to hear how they describe you, sometimes it's just so powerful because you see it, but that validation or that acknowledgement. So she said, Latasia wants to be the psychologist in your family that helps everybody heal and deal with the grief that they are dealing with. And she was like, and that's not possible. It's not. And I'm grasping that concept. With that not being possible, it's still some beauty in the fact that she wants to heal your whole family because it says that I need you. And I was like, oh shit, look at me loving people even though I kind of don't. Look at that. But the biggest thing is, with my acknowledgement of the fact that I can't heal my entire family, I am acknowledging that I have still been affected by the dynamic of my family. And with me being affected, I am now realizing that it has also, rolled over into me and my mom's relationship. So it's like, I have to make sure that I heal myself, and I want to be able to properly communicate with my mom as an adult and, make sure we're growing together. And I love the group therapy. I don't really know if I need another session. I think that was enough for me. Like, the 11-year-old me got to just speak to my mom. And you know what I'm saying? We got to acknowledge one another. And truthfully, that was enough for me. So my therapist had pointed out that I've been, chronically depressed since maybe, I was 6 years old. And it's I learned to just smile, right? And mute myself. That was how I kept myself safe. So basically, the way I rationalize, even though it also allows me to be genuine and understanding of people, it sometimes makes me make sense of things that aren't for me, that aren't good for me. You know what I'm saying? But, now my feelings lie. Now I know my feelings lie. Now I know I just have to talk to my little girl as a woman. And it's when I acknowledge her, she responds. You know what I'm saying? If I have an issue and I'm wondering what's going on with her, if I talk to her, she'll respond. So, there was one night where I just couldn't go to sleep. And I'm like, what is going on, girl? What are you thinking about? And she wrote a poem. And after she wrote her poem, the woman in me wrote a poem and responded. And it's wow.